Hello YouTube. I just want to make a follow-up video of the last video that I made, and sadly I got punished by YouTube, but not by the video but rather by the post of using the same picture from the video. But the video itself, it was also a picture, but the picture that I was using, it kind of showed a little more revealing of the woman because she was in an adult film. But that woman severely blackpilled me because she said some stuff with honesty, and despite that sort of honesty will get her, you know, ostracized by her tribe. The best way I could put it is that she admits it, and she also acknowledged that it's sort of wrong morally, but she didn't care. She felt great at the heat of the moment, and she did it because she was bored, and that's the key word there, bored. And what was even more interesting is that she was already had a child by the time when she got into adult business, but at the same time, she also was a college graduate. And to me, that was baffled right there. She was a college graduate and she already had a child. Now, she didn't say much about the parent of her child, in other words, her partner, but my guess is her partner must have left when things got a little rough, and just out of boredom, she decided to do, you know, pornography. In other words, adult films. But when she got into it with a group that was kind of independent from the industry at first, and then she started to, you know, get involved with bigger names. But what severely blackpilled me is that she kind of admitted that she wasn't really struggling, but she wanted more. And that right there, guys, that right there is what really blackpilled me. She wanted more, and she wasn't that serious with relationship in general. Like, she wasn't serious with long-term relationship, but she wanted more resources, in other words, money in the long run. And this is why I wanted to talk about this, especially with the screenshot that you see right here. This woman, I bet my money is that this woman is not struggling financially, but she did this sort of stunt in order to promote her OnlyFans. But at the same time, she did it just because either she's bored, just like that adult actress, or she did it just to. What's the best way I could say this? It's like you want something more, but it's not desperate. That's the best way I could put it. I also want to say that it's also done purely out of hedonism. But regardless, she did it voluntarily. And this is the key word here, guys. Voluntarily. This woman is not being human trafficked unless she really is a victim of human trafficking. But I bet my money is that, no one is involved but her. She did the stunt voluntarily and she did it on her own. This is what we know so far, and I bet my money is that's truth like nothing. It's happening behind the scenes. But the fact that she sort of came out with playing the victim card, it's really disturbs me. But this is what I want to talk about, guys. It's how a woman used the victim card in order to not seem bad with the public. But at the same time, she announced it. Like, this is pure hypocrisy, guys. This is pure hypocrisy. At first, she advertised, and I clearly remember she did advertise it before she did the stunt. And then now, after the stunt, she comes out crying and regretful. But the backlash is showing that nobody's supporting her because she did this voluntarily. And keep in mind, guys, this is barely, I won't say new because somebody else did it after her stunt, and I will talk about this in another video. But this woman did it purely voluntarily, and when she came out, she played the victim card, and the backlash, it gave me hope that people are not buying it. People are going against her because she did this voluntarily. Keyword, guys, voluntarily. And nobody is supporting her. Well, this is what I've been trying to say throughout my YouTube channel, guys. This sort of stuff is pure observation. You could go out there and see it for yourself if you want to. It's all about situation awareness. Now, I will give credit. If she would have done this 20 years ago, she would have probably get away with it. Because 20 years ago, the internet was barely a thing. And 20 years ago, there was a lot of simps back then. Think about it. Society itself was, always supporting women. And if you dare shame a woman, you get ostracized or you get, people will go against you. But nowadays, nobody is buying this because they see it for yourself. They see it for what it is. And this is what I've been preaching throughout my YouTube channel, that this is something that you yourself could observe, you yourself could acknowledge just by paying attention to your surroundings. Just by paying attention. And this woman, what she did, she broadcast that she's gonna pull this stunt of sleeping with 100 men. Like, she literally advertised about this stuff. And then when she finally did that, guess what? After that, she started crying and playing the victim card, and nobody's buying it because everyone was paying attention to her advertisement. Everyone was paying attention to what she was announcing. And now that she finally did it, and in the aftermath, nobody is like, supporting her of her victim cardhood, because they understand that this is purely voluntarily, unless she was forced into it. But right now there's no evidence. It was very clear that she was doing that to promote her OnlyFans. She did this purely voluntarily. She wasn't desperate for money. She was just promoting her OnlyFans to get more money out of people. And the adult actress that I mentioned in my previous video, it was the same concept. She wasn't desperate for money. She wasn't in poverty. She was a college graduate. She had a partner. As a matter of fact, she had a child by the time she got into the adult industry. She admitted that she got into the adult industry because she was bored and she wanted more. And she done it. And she was not ashamed of it. She was not ashamed of exposing herself and allowing a bunch of dudes violating her freely. And she admitted in the podcast that she enjoyed it. Well, guys, this is the world we live in. And thank you for listening, guys, for my rant. Goodbye.